Hey everybody, Brandon here from Most Valuable Podcast, and I am previewing the AL Divisional Series between the Houston Astros and the Kansas City Royals. And folks, I think this is going to be a really good series. The Royals went 2-4 against the Astros this season, but the Astros, a team that everyone is calling the new Kansas City Royals, the Kansas City Royals of last year's postseason. And I could see that. You know, you see Dallas Keuchel with the win against the New York Yankees, 3-0. He shuts them down, shuts the door on the Yankees. He made them look silly up there at the plate. And then the home run ball. I think the Houston Astros were second in the league in home runs. Who would have thought? The Houston Astros, who some people think is still in the National League. I mean, that is hilarious. The last time the Houston Astros went to the postseason, folks, was also the last time the White Sox were good. Yeah. A million years ago, 2005. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Well, folks, it's really exciting. This is going to be a good series. I really think it's going to be. Right now, currently, as I'm talking to you, it's 2-0 Stros over the Royals right now, early on in that one. And Yordano Ventura is going in this first game for the Royals. He's on the mound. So Ventura this season, in my opinion, he has been up and he has been down. We really haven't gotten a whole consistent thing from him. So he's really going to have to be good in this series. He's going to have to turn it around. Already the Royals, like I said, down 2-0 early on in game one. He's got to be good. Royals pitching has got to be good. Johnny Cueto has got to be good. What Johnny Cueto are the Royals going to get? Is it going to be the Johnny Cueto that they got and he pitched his first game for Kansas City there in their park? Looks great. I mean, lights out. Or is it going to be the Johnny Cueto that showed up later on where he was giving up hits? He was giving up runs? That's the question. That's the big question. What pitchers are we going to see? What Royals team are we going to see? Are we going to see the Royals team that was hot throughout pretty much the entire season? Or are we going to see the Royals team that played in September when they stunk? They won their last five games of the season, but September was a losing month for Kansas City. Actually, the only losing month they had all year. The Houston Astros also didn't end September very well. They didn't play that well in September. I think it comes down to what team is going to be better offensively. The Kansas City Royals with a darn good offense. You've got Alex Gordon, who's back. You've got a lot of guys who can swing the bat well. Kendry Morales, who I thought has played pretty well throughout this season, adds a little extra spark, some pop in there. Salvador Perez, what's he going to do? What is he going to be able to bring to the plate? We'll see. But on the other side, for the Houston Astros, again, this team that so many people think have a special feel about them. Those teams that have a special feel about them, those teams are very, very dangerous. And the Astros, they're hungry. They are hungry to be back in the postseason. They're hungry to not just get that win in that kind of play-in game. They want more. They want to prove that they're better. They want to prove that. And how are they going to be able to do that? Well, getting some quick wins. Winning game one is going to be really good for the Houston Astros. It's going to be really good for the Houston Astros. So, I think that when it comes down to it, who's going to be better offensively? But what pitching staff is going to shut the door on the opposing offense? That's what it comes down to. The Dallas Keuchels, they're going to be just fine. And in all honesty, the Astros, almost every pitcher they throw out there is Dallas Keuchel-ish. I mean, that's how they've looked. That's how good they've been. For the Royals, and I'm a Royals fan in the sense of I'm a White Sox fan first, but family ties and stuff in Kansas City. I've been a fan of the Royals since, they were terrible, just 3 years ago. But I'm not sure if this team, I know they're not the same team that we saw in the postseason last year, but I'm not sure if this team is good enough, mentally tough enough to continue on. They've got to show me something. They've got to show me some spark. They've got to show me that mid-season spark that they had throughout this year. I mean, they were pretty darn good throughout the entire season and ran away with this division long before the season was over. Where's that Royals team? If they show up, watch out everybody, because they'll be darn good. But the Royals team that showed up in September, everyone's going to want to play them because they weren't very good. I'd like to say that the Kansas City Royals are going to get this win in this series and keep moving on. But I can't say that with certainty. And because of that, picking the Houston Astros in 4 games. Kind of a interesting pick, I think people would think, but Kansas City has they limped in. They limped in to the playoffs. I mean, they were always going for weeks and weeks now. But the way they went in is not the way you want a team going into the playoffs. Not at all. They won their last 5 games, but still, their September record was atrocious at, I believe, 11-17. They beat out the Blue Jays for home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and that is helpful for them, big time. But at the same time, they need to show me something. Will they? That's a question. You can follow me on Twitter at young_swan19. I'll be tweeting about this game, just not right now because I'm doing this. But later, I'll be tweeting about it. So definitely make sure you follow me there. You can go down low, down below. You can go down low too. I mean, lower on the screen maybe that for you. I don't know. Maybe you're tall. Got to get a little lower. I don't know what you got to do because I don't know you specifically. But go down below. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? What do you think is going to be the biggest key in this game, in this series? So that's a big thing. And I'd love to hear your comments. So, folks, again, thank you very much. Got a couple more previews to do, so stay tuned.
Don't forget that we started a Patreon page. Go to patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcasts to check out all of our reward options. Remember, you can still get our content for free by subscribing to our YouTube page. But if you want to support us financially, now you can be rewarded for doing so. The link's in the description. What are you waiting for?